Welcome to another episode of the Mount Rushmore of everything. Today, we are talking about Marvel villains. Why don't you start us off?
Green Goblin.
Woo! He is also one of my non-negotiables.
Really?
Get wrecked, son.
I mean, I have him. I don't have any non-negotiables, but I had him in my four. So
okay, cool.
I agree.
So for clarity, I'm specifically for mine, and I assume for yours, talking about the Norman Osborn version of Green Goblin,
the original one,
who is A, the original, and B, the main one, and C, the one that is in Marvel. He's become a giant villain for more than even Spider-Man as Norman Osborn. And another hint, of course, is A, he's with Spider-Man, right? Which is the obvious number one for Marvel. He's the arch nemesis of him. Killed his one true love, Gwen Stacy, which gets some bonus points at least. And then, of course, you gotta look. Who did they choose for the first movie back in the day? Green Goblin. They didn't go Doc Ock. They went Green Goblin. Yeah. Why? Because they know who's going to bring the most people to come.
For sure.
And then they were dumb to kill him off. And they kept bringing him back because they knew who's the best part of it.
They did. They brought his son, and then in the next, the Amazing Spider-Man, they brought again the Green Goblin.
Yeah. Did you have any different reasoning?
No. That's basically it.
Did you have different reasoning?
When we think about Marvel villains, in this case, which one pops in your head right away? And he for sure is one of those that first ones to pop up. He's been there from the beginning in the comic books. He's almost the Joker.
Yeah, for sure.
What Joker is to Batman.
Yeah. The arch nemesis of the most popular / coolest hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I gotta give my second one.
All right.
Magneto.
Yeah.
Because he is by far the most iconic of the X-Men villains for sure. And he's just so iconic within supervillains in general. You mentioned the whole what pops to mind. And for me, Green Goblin certainly is probably the first to pop to mind, partially because I personally love Green Goblin, also because I think he's very iconic. But Magneto is the other one that just pops to mind. And especially if we're going to ignore Spidey villains, because I think Spidey's rogue gallery is massive compared to everybody else in Marvel. Magneto is the one that just pops up. That's not Spider-Man for sure for me.
Also is one of those old characters that has been there for quite a while.
And he just won't go away. And he maintains popularity too. Yeah. Everybody loves every iteration of him. And in the movies, in the comics, all of them.
His outfit is also really cool. The helmet, and in the movies they probably don't show it as colorful as it is in the comic books, but
that's because it would look silly.
The crimson red outfit with the helmet and the cape, and you just see him floating. It's just
also a cool power. It's very different. Like a lot of superheroes are like reflections of each other. Like, oh, Marvel stole another one from DC, and half the time made it better. And
they learn.
Yeah, they learn, but it feels so sketchy though.
Yeah.
But Magneto is one that
Quicksilver.
Poor man's Flash. Boom! Spoiler alert, he is not on my Mount Rushmore. And if he's on either of theirs, I will rebuke them and physically throw them out of the building.
Now I'm going to put him
even though we are recording this in Carlo's home. Somebody else give... Okay, was Magneto on your 3?
Yeah.
4. Okay.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are 2 for 2 for 2.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to go with Venom.
Okay.
Another Spidey villain. He might not be as old as the other ones, but he is one of those that it's a counterpart to Spider-Man. Similar outfit. I think that he's a reflection, a negative reflection.
Yeah. Which all superheroes have that, right?
Yeah.
You have
Superman.
Superman has Bizarro.
Flash has Reverse Flash.
Flash has Reverse Flash. That's a perfect example.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's common for a superhero to have its mirror image, and that is Spider-Man's. And usually the mirror image is a very important villain as well. Was he on your 4?
Yeah.
He was not on mine.
Oh, he was?
I considered him, though.
Okay.
I ended up picking against him because he felt like more of a modern popularity rise.
Mm-hmm. For sure. But he is very popular.
I still think he possibly deserves a place. I'm not offended by that decision.
For him. He has his own movie.
Which is a very good argument for him, for sure.
I mean, there's no Green Goblin movie or...
Yeah.
You know?
Honestly...
That's also because I think Venom sometimes is more on the line. It's like Deathstroke. Like, he's mostly a villain, but he's sometimes in the middle. Yeah, so Venom is not on mine, but
who do you have then?
I don't dislike the choice. This one actually came to surprise me a little bit because I wasn't really expecting him. He was in consideration for me, but I was persuaded to put him in, whereas some others I think I was persuaded a little more to remove them. And that's Dr. Doom.
Oh.
Dr. Doom is very, very high in the iconic department, for sure. Especially, again, if you for a moment just remove Spider-Man villains, which immediately depletes the villain pool from Marvel very quickly. Which is not to say that we can't continue. I mean, for DC, spoilers, I double-dipped in one hero 3 times. So I don't think there's a problem with that. But if you do remove the Spidey villains quickly, I think Dr. Doom clearly rises to the cream of the crop that's left. He's obviously the villain when it comes to Fantastic Four. He's the most intelligent being in the entire Marvel universe. Just as far as like the iconic look and the iconic powers and stuff, he's very high. And he also is another one that has become a villain that transcends just the one comic book. Like Venom is still a Spider-Man villain for the most part. But for Dr. Doom, he's really emerged as even more than just a Fantastic Four villain.
I had him in my...
Really?
Yeah.
I was not expecting that, actually. I'm guessing he was not in your 4, though.
No.
Yeah.
So who was your 4th?
Well, I gave it a lot of thought, and it's Red Skull.
Okay, interesting. I did have him in consideration. I don't have him as my 4th, but I had him as consideration.
Yeah, I did not consider him as...
You didn't even consider him?
No.
Okay.
Well, first, why? Why
why?
Red Skull?
I think so when I do these lists, I usually go more iconic. So Red Skull is one of the more iconic ones.
Sure.
And, that's one of the reasons, and also because I think he was one of the first villains.
For sure.
So that's the reason.
Okay.
I honestly really like the iconic reasoning. He definitely is one of the few that I knew pre-MCU, pre-movies being made, right? Because for me, at least...
Yeah, you knew of Captain America, you knew of Red Skull.
Yeah.
To begin with.
Yeah, and for me, at least, I've mentioned this before, but I like to sort of get in the niche, get in the culture, and figure out who the 4 would be, and then I like to see outside the culture who the 4 would be. And the truth is usually where the 2 meet. And in this case with Red Skull, he's definitely one that, like, even before I got at all into any sort of comic, I still knew who it was. So it's a pretty good 4th one.
Okay.
Now for me, it's a hard choice between the last 2. And I had to put a lot of research in. And actually, almost to the point that right now I might want to slot Venom in there and say, just kidding, I agree. Because it was really a 3-horse race, including Venom. Doc Ock maybe merits some discussion. Red Skull was another one in my top, but the last remaining 2 are Loki and Thanos. Now, Thanos gets bonus points for being the big bad, of the MCU. But I did not know who Thanos was before. I had heard of Loki. And Loki, when I did research, it seems that Loki was even more well-known and been causing trouble for longer than Thanos. So overall, I'm going to have to throw Loki in there as my 4th.
I considered him, but I thought he became way popular because of Hiddleston in the movies.
Yes.
And I like his take on the character. He did a great job and everything, but it seems like just like Thanos, a lot of people didn't really know of Loki.
Yeah, I can see that.
I personally, I don't think that I knew about him because I was never a lot into the Thor comic books.
Sure. So let us know in the comments. Who do you think was right? If you think none of us was right, give us your 4 in the comments. Let us know. Enlighten us to your logic.
We would like to know.
We would love to know. We wouldn't like to know. You know what we would like? For you to like this video. What I would love is for you to not only like the video, but to subscribe. And then to not stop there. To say, I am ready to take the next step in my relationship with these random guys on YouTube making videos that the nerd in me loves. And you click that little notification bell. That way you know when the next video comes out, because they're coming at you every single week. Until next time.